Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Do remember that Different Strokes, the big people party of the year, will be held this Saturday, November 18 at the Waves Beach in Negril. The special guest artist will be the one and only General Degree. Remember that Different Strokes is a mixed drink inclusive event and it is fully endorsed by Popeye News Links. Don't miss it. That's this Saturday at the Waves Beach in Negril. And tickets are on sale. Check it out. So I wanted to drop this video from last night, but the stories were too much and I didn't want to drop it too late. So here we are. But before I start today's journey, Downswell Furniture Store at Smithfield Road in Westmoreland, they're having a Christmas sale. The sale started last week Monday and will continue until December 30. Now on sale at Downswell Furniture Store, you can get a 9-drawer dresser for $85,000. There are also other furniture on sale. Remember that all the furniture at Downswell Furniture Store is made from the best quality boards. Call or WhatsApp them now at 876 507 7587 or 876 376 3753 or 876 797 5401. Call Downswell now. I can guarantee you will not be disappointed. And before we start today's journey, take a look at your screen. That video is of an incident that took place at the Dream Chasers Bar and Lounge at Redgate in the parish of Westmoreland. It took place Saturday night, November 11, about some minutes after 9 o'clock. Hoodlums, they drive up in a white Honda step wagon. A total of 5 hoodlums exited the vehicle and entered the bar. They were armed with rifles and handguns. They held up the patrons and staff in the bar and robbed them of cell phones, cash, top shelf liquor, cigarettes, and pot of gold poker machine boxes. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape in the said Honda step wagon, but before they left, we are told that they fired shots in the air. Keep on watching the video until I start today's journey. We are traveling in the parish of St. Mary. Remember now, we are heading to Hope Bay in Portland. Now, St. Mary is one of the first sections of the island to be occupied by the Spaniards in 1655 after the English captured Jamaica from the Spanish. The area around the town of Puerto Santa Maria became known as St. Mary. Port Maria, the current capital of the parish of St. Mary, was the second town to be built by the Spaniards on the island. More facts about St. Mary will be coming up in our next video. But continue to sit back, continue to relax, and continue to enjoy this journey with me. In this next robbery, we are learning that early Saturday morning, November 11, about 3 o'clock, a 30-year-old bike taxi operator, he's popularly known as Georgie, and he's living in the Grangeville area of Westmoreland. We are told that Georgie, he was driving a 2021 blue Cabra motorcycle along the Causeway Main Road towards Grangeville Square. On reaching in the vicinity of the Grangeville Primary School, 3 hoodlums stepped out into the road. 2 of them were armed with rifles and the other one, he was armed with a handgun. The hoodlums, they stopped Georgie, and one of the hoodlums held onto Georgie and demanded the keys for the bike. We are told that a struggle ensued with Georgie and the hoodlum. As a result, Georgie, he was shot in his left palm. The hoodlums, they then rode away with the bike. Georgie, he was assisted to a nearby hospital where he was treated. The mayhem. Now, in this next incident, this one took place Saturday afternoon, November 11, about minutes after 1 o'clock. It took place at Durham Road in the Spring Garden area in the parish of Trelawny. We are learning that a guy, he's in his mid-20s and he's known as Timoy. Timoy, he was sitting in front of a grocery shop on a stool when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped. Two hoodlums jumped out of the car with guns in hands. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire at Timoy, who ran off, but he didn't reach far. Timoy, he was hit and he fell in a yard nearby. The hoodlums, they jumped into the Toyota Axio and made good their escape. Timoy, he received gunshot wounds to his left arm, his left leg and his buttocks. The police, they were called and they rushed with Timoy to a nearby hospital where he was treated and admitted. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 13 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, onto the mayhem on the road. This first accident, it took place along the Albion Main Road in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. It took place early Saturday morning, November 11, about 6 o'clock. What we are learning is that man on your screen, his name is Leon Pommells. He was born on June 25, 1984, 39 years old. Leon, he was a bartender at Pier 1 in Montego Bay and he lived at Cornwall Courts in the parish of St. James. We are told that Leon, he was driving a grey 2012 Toyota Vitz motor car. He was traveling in an easterly direction towards Felicity Crossing. A white 2016 Toyota Axio was coming in the opposite direction towards Cornwall College. It was being driven by a 31-year-old guy. We are told that the driver of the Axio, he failed to keep to his left. As a result, the Axio, it collided into the front right section of the Toyota Vitz that Leon was driving. As a result of this collision, the Toyota Vitz, it spun clockwise and the rear right fender, it hit into the perimeter diamond fence of the Ministry of Housing property and stopped at the grass verge beside the perimeter fence. There is the Toyota Vitz on your screen. As you can see, it was badly damaged to the front and right sections. If you look on your screen now, there is a photo of the white Toyota Axio. Leon, he received serious injuries and he was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he died whilst he was being treated. Sad indeed. Now, this next accident, it took place Saturday afternoon, November 11, about 2:30. It took place right in front of the Melia Hotel along the Brownin Road in the parish of Trelawny. Now, there was a video making the rounds on social media. Due to YouTube's policy, I cannot share the video, but listen to what the persons on the scene were saying, and then I'm gonna tell you what took place. Listen to this.
Oh Jesus, this don't look good, people. This don't look good. This don't look good. You good, brother? You good? Oh, yo, sit down. Sit down and relax, boy. Yo, Jesus. You know that you can't come on. Sit down, brother. Send the ambulance. Where's tonight? Yeah, brother. Ambulance. Yo, the carrier go catch a fire, you know. The carrier catch a fire.
So you heard that. Now, what we are learning is that a 27-year-old guy named Ryan, he's living at Discovery Bay in the parish of St. Ann. Ryan, he was driving a white 2012 Toyota Isis motor car. He was traveling from Discovery Bay towards Duncan's. 2 females and 2 males were in the car with Ryan. One of the female is that lady on your screen. Her name is Heather Stennett. Heather, she was born on October 2, 1994, 39 years old. And the other female was Andrene Garden. She was born on July 27, 1998, 25 years old. We are told that Ryan, who was driving the Toyota Isis, he overtook a line of traffic and he collided into a Kia Sorento motor car that was traveling in the opposite direction. As a result of that impact, the Toyota Isis, it was pushed back into the path of a Kia Sportage motor car that Ryan had just overtook, resulting in a collision. As a result, both vehicles, the Isis and the Kia Sportage, they ended up in a ditch on the left side of the road when you are facing Discovery Bay. The occupants of both vehicles were seriously injured. Both females in the Isis, Heather Stennett, she died on the spot, and Andrene Garden, she died at the Falmouth Hospital. We are told that the other occupants of the cars were admitted for treatment. Sad indeed. Now, this next accident, it took place yesterday morning, Sunday, November 12, about 10:30. It took place along the Hopewell Main Road in the parish of Hanover. We are learning that a guy, his name is Ramone Nicholson. Ramone was born on October 31, 1981, 42 years old, and he is from the Russell Pen area of Linstead in the parish of St. Catherine. We are told that Ramone, he was driving a white Toyota Mark X motor car towards Montego Bay when he overtook a line of traffic. As a result, the Mark X that Ramone was driving, it hit into the back right wheel of a Toyota Hiace that was coming in the opposite direction. Ramone, he ended up losing control of the Mark X and collided into a Toyota Coaster bus that was also traveling in the opposite direction behind the Toyota Hiace. 26 tourists who were out on an excursion were in the coaster. As a result of this collision, the driver for the Mark X, he was seriously injured and he ended up dying on the spot. We are told that the driver for the coaster and the tourists who were in the coaster, they received minor cuts and bruises. We are told that some of them also complained of feeling pain. Sad indeed. In this next story, that princess on your screen, her name is Arianna Davis. Princess Arianna, she was born on July 17, 2021, and she was living at Cornwall Courts in the parish of St. James. Princess Arianna, she was attending a preschool at Water Lane in Montego Bay. At that preschool, they also operate a daycare. On Tuesday morning, November 7, Arianna's mom dropped her off at the daycare and went to work. Moments after she arrived at work, she got a call from persons at the daycare. Arianna, who we are told loved to climb, she fell off a chair and hit her head. Princess Arianna, she was rushed to a medical facility. Arianna's mom, she hurried to that medical facility, but she was greeted by sad news. Princess Arianna, she had died. Sad indeed. Condolences to the family and friends of Princess Arianna. May her sweet soul find rest. Sad indeed. In this next story, we are learning that Friday night, November 10, about 11:30, a guy who is not from the Gully Banks, Barracks Road area of Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland, he was seen on a red bicycle in the area. We are told that he had a black plastic bag in one of his hands. It is said that the guy, he was seen loitering in front of a bar in the community. About some 20 minutes later, the same guy who appears to be in his mid-20s, of a dark complexion, slim built and about 5 feet 8 inches tall. He was dressed in a blue and white striped shirt and black jeans pants. He was also sporting a plaited hairstyle. That guy, he was seen by a lady with a piece of rope tied to his neck and tied to an ackee tree. The lady, she made an alarm and other persons converged on the scene. We are told that the red bicycle and a black plastic bag, which it is suspected that the piece of rope was in, they were seen on the ground. The police, they were called, and the guy who was already DEAD, he was taken down. It is suspected that this guy, he might have taken his own 3 points, but investigations are continuing. Sad indeed. In this next incident, Friday night, November 10, about a few minutes after 7 o'clock, a team of police officers, they were on patrol in the town of Montego Bay when they saw a guy driving a green high-rev motorcycle with no registration plates affixed. The team of police officers, they signaled the guy to stop. He did not stop. So the police, they started to follow him. It was also observed that the guy, he had what appeared to be a gun in his waist. Backup was called and the guy, he was intercepted on Duke Street where he jumped off the bike and ran into a yard. We are told that the police, they went into the yard and the guy, he was seen jumping from a rooftop. The police, they are alleging that the guy, he opened gunfire at them and they took evasive action and returned the fire. The guy was hit and the gun fell from his hands. That gun, it was found to be a Brownin single-action 9mm pistol with the serial number intact. It was affixed with a magazine containing 4 rounds of 9mm cartridges. The guy who, up to the time of recording this video, we had not yet gotten his identity. He was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital by the police where he was pronounced DEAD. Now, as soon as we find out who this guy is, we are going to be updating this story. In the meantime, Indicom are investigating. In this next story, this one took place Friday afternoon, November 10, about 1:30. It took place along Fernando Road in the Southborough area of Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are told that residents of the area, they heard gunshots being fired. When the smoke was cleared, they went and made checks. That guy on your screen, his name is Davion Hasfal, but he was popularly known as Quantum X. He was born on February 2, 1989, 34 years old, and he lived in the Nevada Mews area of Southborough. Quantum X, he was seen lying face down in a pool of blood. The police, they were called, and when they inspected him, he had gunshot wounds to his upper body. He appeared to have died on the spot. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 8 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, in this next story, this one, it look a way to say the least. And I am sure that the police, they are digging deep into this one. Listen to me now. A guy, he's known as Expert. Expert, he is or was living in Toronto, Canada. It is said that on Friday, November 10, one of Expert's friends, a guy who so far we are told that is known as Anthony. He was living in Toronto, Canada also. We are told that Anthony, he went to visit his friend Expert. Listen to me carefully now. Listen to me carefully. It is said that Expert, he took his friend Anthony to a house in the Marleygate area of Old Harbour in St. Catherine. About 8:30 Friday night. Expert and his friend Anthony, they were sitting on the outside at the back of the house having a chat when it is alleged that they were pounced on by 3 hoodlums who were armed with guns. It is said that the hoodlums, them never trouble Expert, but they took Anthony into bushes where they executed him. You heard that? The hoodlums, they did not trouble Expert, but them take up Anthony, carry Anthony into the bushes and executed him. It is said that the killers, they then made good their escape. The police, they were called, and when they arrived on the scene, Anthony, he was found lying down in bushes with gunshot wounds to his head and his upper body. He died on the spot. The police, they are investigating, but officers, me not have to tell you no. This one here, no pass the smell test at all. This one here, smell really fishy. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, boy, may I tell you, in the final story for today, that lady on your screen, her name is Marian Sushana Smith Martin, but she was popularly known as Brownin. Brownin is 42 years old and she lived at Beckford Crescent in the Sandy Bay area of Clarendon. Brownin is the mother of 2. We are told that Brownin, she's a trained practical nurse, but she did not go and work in the nursing field. She went on to do what she grew up seeing her parents doing: buying and selling. Brownin parents, they have been buying and selling from the devil was a boy. They were doing it in Kingston until they moved to Clarendon. We are told that everyone in the Sandy Bay area of Clarendon know of Brownin and her parents. Brownin parents, they used to go out on the road and sell. Brownin, as a child, sometimes she would go with them, so she grew up knowing the ropes. Brownin, she used to sell small appliances, household items, clothes, you name it. We are told that sometimes one of Brownin's sisters would go on the road with her. Brownin, she normally go on the road like 3 or 4 times weekly. Her family members are Seventh-day Adventists, so Brownin should go on the road on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. Yesterday morning, Sunday, November 12, Brownin and one of her sisters, they were on the road trying to earn some money, honest money. Brownin, she was driving her Nissan AD wagon motor car loaded with goods. They were driving in Comfort District in the Four Parts area when a guy signaled Brownin to stop. Brownin stopped and the guy, he told her that he wanted a certain brand of slippers to buy. Brownin told him that she didn't have that brand of slippers, but she had others. The guy, he told her that he would love to look at them. Brownin and her sister, they came out of the car and went to the back and opened the car trunk. As they were about to show the guy the slippers, another hoodlum came out of the bushes and announced that this was a robbery. The 2 hoodlums, They proceeded to rob Brownin and her sister of their cell phones and cash. But the hoodlums, they didn't just leave. The guy who had the gun, he was there threatening to kill Brownin. So Brownin, she decided that she was not going down without a fight. So when the hoodlum was not paying any attention to Brownin, she grabbed a machete she had in the car. The hoodlum, he saw what Brownin was trying to do and put the gun to Brownin's head. Bam! Brownin, she fell to the ground with the machete falling beside her. And that was it for hard-working Brownin. She ended up dying on the spot. The hoodlum who shot Brownin, he drove away in her car, and the other hoodlum, he ran away in nearby bushes. Brownin's sister, she escaped unhurt. Now, if you look on your screen, Brownin's Nissan AD wagon motor car, it was later found abandoned along the Ramsbury main road in the same parish of Clarendon. The police, they were alerted and the car was removed by wrecker. Once again, another hard-working, ambitious Jamaican is killed by a hoodlum who feels say people for work and them reap the benefit. Condolences to Brownin's mother and father, who I am told are not taking this easy. Also, condolences to the rest of the family and friends. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town man a pay blood